Broken Skin by Stuart MacBride. Read by John Sessions. Up ahead, the woman stands on one leg under the streetlight, rubbing her ankle. Number 7. A wee Tory quine on her way home after a night out on the pish, staggering along in her fuck-me heels and miniskirt, even though it's February in Aberdeen and freezing cold. Curly brown hair, upturned little nose, nice legs, long and sexy. The kind he likes to feel struggling beneath him as he makes the bitch take it. She teeters off again, and he speeds up. He doesn't even break a sweat in his red Aberdeen Football Club tracksuit, complete with hood and black trainers. Who's going to look twice at a man out for a jog? Out with a knife. Every detail stands out bright and clear, like blood splashed on pale white skin. She turns at the last minute, eyes going wide as she sees him, sees the knife. Too shocked to scream. This is going to be special. Number 7 will get to do things she's never dreamed of. Not in her darkest nightmares. Her arm flashes out. Knocking the knife away, she grabs his tracksuit and buries her knee in his groin hard enough to lift him off the ground. He lets out a squeal, and she closes his mouth with a fist. The pavement is cold and hard as he curls up around his battered testicles and cries. PC Jackie Watson forced the man over onto his face, cuffing his hands behind his back. He groaned and whimpered. Jackie smiled and glanced at Rennie. Anyone looking? He said no, so she kicked the guy in the ribs. That's for Christine, Laura, Gail, Sarah, Jennifer, Joanne, and Sandra! Detective Sergeant Logan McRae pushed through the brown double doors into the heady bouquet of disinfectant, formalin, and death. The hospital morgue was a lot bigger than the one down at Grampian Police Force headquarters, and a lot more cheerful. A small stereo in one corner pumped out Dr. Hook's greatest hits, while a redhead in a green plastic apron packed an old lady's organs back where they'd come from, to the tune of When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman. Logan's unidentified male was lying on his back on a hospital gurney, eyes taped shut. Mid-20s, short blonde hair, thin but well-muscled. His lower limbs and abdomen were smeared red, a long row of hurried stitches marking where they'd sewn him back together again after the surgeon admitted defeat. 10 minutes later, the old lady was back in the refrigerated drawer. The APT pulled on a fresh pair of gloves. What do we know? She asked Logan. Shoved out of a car at A&E, wrapped in a blanket. Could be hit and run. Don't think so. Look, incisors, canines, and premolars are broken, but there's no damage to the nose or chin. An impact would leave scarring on the lips. He's bitten down on something. Looks like some sort of gag. You can just see the marks in the skin. You sure? Yep. And he's covered with tiny burns. I'd say he'd been roughed up a bit. More marks on the wrists, like he's been strapped to something. She handed him a pair of gloves and told him to give her a hand turning the body over. The APT slowly scanned the skin, then prized the corpse's buttocks apart with a sticky, squelching sound. Bloody hell. The only way this was a car accident is if someone tried to park a transit van up his backside. Grampian Police Force Headquarters wasn't the prettiest building in Aberdeen. The 7-story block of dark grey concrete and glass stripes jaundiced with pale yellow streetlight. Logan was finishing up his cream of tomato soup in the canteen's post-midnight lull when a familiar figure grumbled away up to the service counter and asked for 3 coffees, one with spit in it. PC Jackie Watson, who'd changed out of the rape-bait outfit she'd worn to work that evening and back into the standard all-black uniform, returned her hair to its regulation bun. She didn't look very happy. Logan walked her back down to interview room number 4, trying to make small talk. She wasn't having any of it. So he tried the observation room instead. Someone was already in there, ferreting about in his ear with the chewed end of an old biro. DC Simon Rennie. If you're looking for a brain, you're digging in the wrong end, said Logan, sinking into the other seat. Rennie grinned at him. How's your John Doe then? Dead.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?